Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Me Driving to Work. I am your host slash chauffeur, or 30XX for Black Hood Crew. Name is Darren Corner, BHC underscore 36. You can follow along at the Black Hood Crew on YouTube and Facebook. And follow along at my name on Twitch, Twitter, Steam, Trovo, Instagram, TikTok. Yeah, pretty much everything. It is Tuesday, March 1st. And I am on my work. Like always. Very busy day yesterday. I would say it was overly. Just a little bit of everything. You know, we had the legitimate ones really with no reason to be there. Come on, like, whatever. Overly busy day, far too many people, most of which had no legitimate reason to be where they were. Got a 2-for-1. Drunk guy that was a medical clearance brought it by the cops. So instead of it usually being one guy that's just drunk and one that is just a medical clearance, this guy was 2-for. So that's always fun. Obviously, that guy could not be registered because his condition, it wasn't happening. The other thing is, when it comes to patients who are medical clearances, it becomes a time constraint because the cop doesn't want to be by any stretch of the imagination. Police officer does not want to be sitting in an emergency room waiting for doctors, nurses to take care of their patient, basically their prisoner, who will then be sent to jail, taken to jail. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in that situation either. Especially when I have to babysit someone. But at any point in time, get belligerent, aggressive, completely violent, or they could just spend the whole time crying. So yeah, it becomes a time constraint. Doctors and nurses really don't want to have to deal with a drunk patient, which is already an issue in itself. And on the fact that this guy is going straight to jail afterwards, yeah, they really don't. They got to do bare minimum. Okay, he's good to go. Bye, and then straight to jail. No reason to get technical, unless it's something actually life-threatening. But more often than not, it's just bumps, scrapes, and bruises from fighting the cops, or in this particular case, just the fact that he was pissed drunk. Always fun. Other than that guy, it was just regular day, people showing up. Far too many people from outside of the state, outside the country. Yeah, turning lights green, but I'm 6 cars back. I don't know what you want me to do. Not that serious. All gonna get to where we're gonna get to. Either sooner or later, we're still gonna get there. rush it. I try to give myself ample time to do what needs to be done to get to where I need to get to. Because mistakes are made when rushing. And when mistakes are made, people get hurt. I don't want to be put in that position. Or intentionally put myself in that position by dragging my feet, not thinking ahead. So instead, I give myself ample time to get to work, to get to where I need to get to, with the idea of being there early without having to rush. Because at the end of the day, if I can avoid being in a situation where my decisions have intentionally or unintentionally hurt someone, if I don't need to be in that position, then I'll do whatever I need to do to not be in that position. Simply because, I don't want to be in that position. It's not fun. It's not fun when you can see another person in distress, but then know you were the cause. Yeah, I'd rather not. I'm going to skip that. I'd rather not be involved in any situation like that in any way, shape, or form. Fairly standard traffic day today to get to work. Stuck behind a FPL truck. Just loaded up with everything. This must be the truck that they use to put new poles. It has a drill, boom arm, as well as a mass of cables. What appears to be a fully put together transformer, and then around it, parts for a transformer, electrical transformer. So that's always fun. It's not FPL, but I'm guessing an affiliate company. Massive. Transformers and parts for their own. This would be the truck with the basket to actually get the guy up to where he needs to be. Going to electrics. I don't even know what that means. Now, if they're asking if I know about electronics, to a degree, still have no idea who that is. But it's always nice to have somebody throw in a but no, the answer is no. I am not an electrician. I'm not anything of the sort. There are definitely people who know a hell of a lot more about that than I do, and I bow to them when it comes to the use of that equipment. But seeing as how that truck literally pulled up next to me, get a much closer look. Got two white ones, a black one. Black one's slightly larger than the other two. Bunch of connectors, clamps, support beams and whatnot, as well as pieces of what I would assume used to be an older power pole back when they used the wood ones. Well, thank you very much. So far it's pretty uneventful, just the way I like it. I don't have to be there for another 27 minutes. It's not far. I would say what would normally be a 10 to 15-minute drive takes me about 30-ish. Um, because of the time that I drive, it's currently 3:33 Eastern Standard Time, PM. So this is usually around the time people are getting out of work, trying to get home, basically. And here I am going the opposite direction, which is always fun. Um, but yeah, based on today's traffic, how it's looking, I would assume I'd be at work in the next 10 minutes or so, which I prefer because I hate being late to anything. Appointments, work, obviously. Um, pretty much anything that I'm currently doing that requires me to be at a certain place at a certain time, I'd rather be 15 minutes early than be 1 minute late to anything. And right now looks to be a good day that I'm going to be arriving to work early. Fully prefer because, again, I hate being late. Ouch. Absolutely, yeah. I wish I had the option to work from home. But what I do, even though from a logistical standpoint can be done from home, I'm guessing for my employer, they still require us to be hands-on, or at least be there. Since you're just tuning in, I do work in a hospital. I work in an emergency room, but I'm not on the medical side. I'm on basically the registration side. But I do work in the emergency room directly. And even though my role is entirely done on a computer, and I have access to all of those tools from home, my employer still hasn't found a proper way to make that transition for at least those people in my role to be able to work from home, even though we're fully capable of it. It's essentially, I can be easily replaced in a physical form by an iPad on wheels. Literally, that's it. An iPad on wheels and properly connected to the Wi-Fi. Normally, yes. But in my particular facility, the frequency of what would be quote unquote a dynamic situation. Yes. From a physical standpoint, really, like you could basically put an iPad in front of somebody on wheels and I could be on the other end. They would still see this. They would still hear me. Well, yes, of course, as well. You know, when it comes to IT work, which I am not in, unfortunately, I do know people who are. Serious. Sorry, I just had a guy almost plow into me in a Dodge 4x4 because apparently they're blind and can't see me sitting here in my car. So that's always fun. But yeah, I do know people in the IT field. It is more hands-on. I just had an interaction with one of my buddies who is in IT just yesterday. And what he needed to do in order for me to do my job could not be done remotely, unfortunately. He had to be there to do it. So yeah, I do see that need for the person being there, physically there, to do what needs to be done. because again, a lot of times hands-on approach is best. What I do, since it's not IT, it's just mostly just information, dealing with patient information, demographics, insurances, things of that nature. And the software we use, which is used in many hospitals around the country, I have access to it from home. Like I can literally sit at my computer, sign in as if I was at work, and be able to perform what is essentially 99% of my job from home. The remaining 1% would be essentially putting on the wristband on the patient, or at least just sure that the patient is who they say they are. But outside of that, yeah, everything's done on the computer. It's all network connected PCs. Conveniently enough, the ones I work with are on wheels. Funny enough, they're on wheels too. So that's always nice. They are god awful heavy though, man. Like I would wager that the units that I use to work with would at least have to be maybe 100, 150 pounds at most. Mostly they're bottom heavy because they use a giant recharge battery, most likely lithium on, in the base. And that's what basically allows us to wheel around with these computers from patient room to patient room, essentially just entering data. Or for cases of patients that I'm not saying your system is any better than my own here in the US. Everybody has these issues. It's just the different forms that nightmare takes. For some people, data easily hackable. I mean, my hospital system has been hacked before, and a lot of personal data for a lot of patients was leaked. I was not around when that occurred, thankfully, but I can see how it can happen literally anywhere. And you being in the UK, the hospital system, at least from an administrative standpoint, is different than it is here in the US. But you guys have your own challenges you have to overcome. And, power to you to be able to work through that. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. No one is safe from the hacking, leaking of personal information. Thankfully, I have not been a victim of it, but I know people that have, and it's not fun. It sucks 100%. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Having your personal data, even a small amount, get out there is just pure nightmare fuel. And it is just not fun at all. So, again, for anybody that also works in that, whether it's here in the US or abroad, the rest of the world, more power to them. There we go. It was a long line. A train was passing through. But yeah, it's nightmare every time it happens, whether it's here, there, anywhere. And there's only so much that can be done to protect people's data, whether it's here in the US, there in the UK, any other country on Earth, and not even from a medical standpoint, like literally any kind of data generated from any kind of commerce, whether it be stored information used in retail stores. Here, places like Best Buy, Target, store some customer data for use in like reward programs and things of that nature. That information alone, which is usually tantamount to say name, address, can easily be tied to purchase history, past banking information that's been used, and bam, there you go. Yes, absolutely. 100% agree. Any data used for any purpose, whether it is commerce, just browsing the internet in general, GPS, location data, yeah, all of this stuff, you can be privy to it. People. Anyway, yeah, any form of data, no matter how minute, can then be gathered and extra data and additional data extrapolated from that can lead to who knows what. And next thing you know, you have credit cards open in your name that you did not do, loans taken out in your name you did not do. I have a buddy that I work with who is so, like, he's like, if wearing a tinfoil hat is here, he's right here when it comes to the security of his data. He has a Facebook account, not his name, not his address, not his phone number, not anything tied to him directly. He doesn't own anything that has his name on it. Even his cell phone plan is not under his name. In fact, he used a fake name in order to get it. He is actually currently going to school for internet security, and he has so many levels of security set up in his home network. We're talking about multiple firewalls, multiple no, losing the words right now, but he has so many things in place that he's physically installed himself at home that I don't see how anybody would ever try and get his personal information. And if they do manage to track anything to him, it's going to come up a false name, false phone number, false addresses, basically bouncing all over the place. He's still level-headed. He's not like a conspiracy theorist. He's not anti-government. What he's mostly is, and I agree with him 100%, is, just being confident that his data is secure. Because again, like you and I both know, even just a little bit of data getting out can lead to all kinds of problems. So he's definitely of that mind of, I want nothing about me to be available to others, whether it be easily or, the hacker, whoever it is, has to go out of their way to get that information, which we know there are plenty of people out there who do it. Also lazy, yeah. We are. Oh, awesome! Thank you very much. Yeah, I did arrive to work, but I'm happy to say I did make it here early, so I don't have to go in for a little bit. I see you're coming off of YouTube. Yeah, by all means, like, subscribe. I do stream 5 days a week, unless something else is going on. Mondays and Tuesdays, this is where you'll catch me. But the rest of the week, Wednesday through Friday, you'll actually catch me at home on my main computer, where I do stream playing games. Right now, I'm currently running through Cyberpunk 2077. Never played it before, so it's basically a first-hand experience for me. I did take precautions because the game can be kind of surly sometimes, especially with some of the visuals. So I do try to be very careful what situations I put my character in so they don't lead to that YouTube ban. But thank you very much. I will be heading in a few minutes. Yeah, I always am open to meeting new folks, very interesting people, and it's always nice to have someone new come on and subscribe. I believe you will be my first new subscriber that I don't personally know. If you actually check my YouTube profile, you'll see that I'm probably at 14 subscribers. The other ones besides yourself are people I know personally, like friends. I think my brother subscribed. So it's people I know. So it is nice to have someone I don't know personally come on and enjoy what they see, what they hear. So yeah, very cool. I am also on Twitch. This is all streamed live on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Steam, Trovo. I'm also on TikTok, Instagram. My name is there in the corner. Yes, thank you very much for that. I would tell you that when I first decided to do this, it was with the intent of just entertainment. So I do continue with that. Do not spend any money on me. Do not donate. Do not send anything. I actually have that feature off on literally everything else. YouTube, on the other hand, they want the views and they're going to get paid for it. So they're always going to send something my way. If anything, it'll probably get put aside for the purpose of being donated to a worthy cause somewhere out there. Yeah, I have no intention. This is not I'm not trying to make money off of this. I have a job. I'm going to school to expand my career. So, yeah, this is done for entertainment purposes only. But thank you very much for coming on. And like I said, I'm on throughout the week, not on weekends. I do take time off for myself because you got to have those me days. But yeah, so I will be cutting my stream out here. I got to start making my way inside. A little bit of prep work I got to do here before I head inside. But thank you very much for coming on and having this conversation. This is why I do this. Meet new people, have a conversation about topics that irk us all in one way, shape, or form. Exactly. So, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut it out here. Yeah, you have a great day as well. So again, to everyone else, Black Hood Crew, YouTube and Facebook. My name, BHC_Darkness30XX on Twitch, Twitter, Steam, Trovo, Instagram, and TikTok. And until next time, have a good night, have a good day, and be excellent to each other. Take it easy.